Hello everybody. Today in Card Quest we're going to be talking about how broken Magic Arena is at its current state. Like many of you, I play Magic Arena. Some people prefer Magic the Gathering online. I like playing paper Magic, but sometimes it's not really feasible. And Magic Arena is the best way to go because it's on mobile and on your PC. But I think the whole game concept is so toxic. Like, for example, standard by itself, it's standard, we're not going to talk about card quality or not even playtesting. Even that is a big issue, and just in the game in general right now. But when I'm talking about the toxic behaviors of Magic Arena, I'm more talking about the pay-to-play concept. Yes, I get it's a free game. You don't have to pay anything to start playing it. But the whole issue is just the pay curve of actually performing in mostly the historic formats. Because if you're like me, I don't like playing standard. Standard is at the moment the cheapest way to play paper Magic, other than it rotates, but other than Pauper. That being said, his historic is what the big topic of today's video. The fact that they've been moving cards from, first off, the newest set of the recording of this, the master set, Historic Horizons 2? Modern Horizons 2, which was Historic Jumpstart Horizons, I don't recall what it's called, but it took the historic, it took Modern Horizons cards and exported some of them to Magic Arena, which in all cases can be fine to some extent. But many a times I find if you're not buying these cards, you're just behind, and you have to accumulate so many tokens to build these decks. So many, which just for it to become outdated in the next few months, And many of us just don't want to spend the money on that. I get it. Hasbro has to make their money by selling these digital cards. But just the fact that the whole toxic system of the gems, which, yes, you can get gems in game, but it's only if you pull a duplicate card. And how often are you going to pull something duplicate? Not often, really not. The whole concept of just needing to buy more packs, which I guess if they're able to spend $100 for a booster box and people are buying it, I guess people will still buy digital packs, even though they cost, I think, on average about the same price per pack as a physical one. Just think about that for a second. If I'm not mistaken, it's about, I'm not even going to go in details with gems. I don't want to get it wrong, but I know for digital pack it is ungodly expensive. And the only way to get these tokens to craft them is to open packs. You can't even trade. I get it. In standard, you don't need to worry about this. There's only one meta, all this other stuff, but there's really no new, I should say, strategies. It's in standard. There's always one deck is toppling over the rest of them, and you just can't really get to it. In historic, you're stuck with either facing something that's broken and, like, let's say you've been playing standard for the past, I don't know, year. You haven't bought any other packs that it hasn't been in standard. You've been playing for a year. When you go over to historic, bro, after your leading standard deck rotates out, you go into historic, bro, you're gonna get clapped. Clapped from people who are rocking these jumpstart cards and other cards. And it's a big issue. Just, it's more appealing for most people to get the newest set, or a standard set. It is something like Dominaria, Hour of Devastation, Kaladesh, which are amazing sets. well, our devastation we don't talk about. Amonkhet, but all these other sets, just sitting there, like, it's only historic, and let's be real, you're not going to want to open sets, packs on packs of these, because, admittedly, what is the likelihood of you using a common from that set? Not really. I mean, you have some very, very good cards in these, but let's say, Paradox Engine, for example. When you're playing that using that card in Historic, you can just have a whole bunch of mana dorks and keep untapping things. Now, obviously, you're going to need tokens to get that mythic, which essentially could be just difficult, just how often you buy mythics and want to make decks. Typically, rare and mythic tokens are hard to come by. I mean, it is just not feasible. Which is just kind of isolating the whole economy of the game. Because you're basically stuck either buying the new packs, which have more utility for if you just want to play standard, which I believe all the ranked matches is either standard and historic, but standard is just much more feasible to get up on the ranks of getting those monthly ranks and getting those extra packs and showcase cards. And it's just a big issue. Because right now, historic is at a bad place. Not just normal historic and not just ranked historic. I'm also talking about historic brawl, which is a underappreciated format in my opinion. With the Wizards' big old ban list, are not paying attention to cards that are banned in other formats outside of historic, like in historic brawl. Stuff like Paradox Engine and Golos is not banned, which is an actual commander, which, let's be real, Historic Brawl is a basically commander, but for Magic Arena. They just don't follow the ban list, which I think really hurts the format. Not only in just the actual historic format where, you see all these win turn 3 combos, win turn 4 combos, which most people can't keep up with other than if they shell out all the money to obtain these. And you might be thinking, how much could this possibly be? Like, you'll probably have to spend maybe $100, maybe $200 to get all the tokens you need to have a tournament winning, just a historic ranked match deck, which you'd have to get multiples of rares and mythics that you need for the deck to fit the meta, just for the meta to change next set. And that's not including, the season pass at which some players buy to get those extra packs every to the next set releases. So at the end of the day, people are spending this exorbitant amount of money for a digital good that just ages in the game. And I'm not saying aging is bad. I'm not saying that at all for the cards. But in a format to where that mythic token could get you a card way better than some other mythics you need. It's just absurd. For example, a Smothering Tithe, a very good rare card, which is going to be should be ran in most white decks, in my opinion. That rare token is just worth a lot more than I think the average rare token in the game. Maybe you could say that's because the actual price of the card, but it's just how it is. I'm not gonna go open packs of, I forget what set that's from. To try to get it, I'm probably gonna need a rare token to unlock it. And at that point, if you only unlock one every couple packs, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to open a whole bunch. Either play a game a lot to just obtain one card, or just buy packs, digital packs that you can't trade in the game, like Magic Online, which you can trade cards with people, sell them, do whatever, which I think would be a good feature for this game. I mean, maybe not selling them, but trading. I see trading being a big opportunity the Wizards could take with this, and I think they could really, really benefit from it. I mean, I guess you could say they're losing more profits because people can trade for cards they want among people they know, but I just think that would just make it of a less toxic way to obtain cards. Because let's be real here. It's not the game itself isn't bad. The format, historic, standard, and all the other things they have on it aren't bad. Just the ways to obtain the cards are just miserably hard. Because like I said, unless if you're buying the anthology stuff, the jump starts, the first two jump starts, you're just gonna fall behind. And like standard, at least you can get the packs for more than a month. And in the jump start, you're like, okay, we have this for 1 month, and it's gonna go away. Then you have to get tokens to unlock these cards. It's just it hurts me mentally. Like, I would be more accepting for them to have a pack which you can just obtain at random and get the cards. I know how dumb that sounds, but just charge a little more gold coins other than just locking it behind a token paywall, which you'd have to get. It really makes the game more difficult to progress for people who just don't like standard. And if you like standard, that's fine. Continue buying the season pass, maybe buying some packs here and there, and keep progressing, which is fine. There's metas. I mean, that's all the game I see in the standard is meta, and then it rotates out when the next set comes out. Maybe not. Maybe it just gets better, worse. Maybe have a counter. Who knows? But at the end of the day, there needs something to change here, because I just see it getting worse. You're seeing historic just getting a lot worse as the Magic Arena progresses. And the exclusive cards, not even in paper, I don't see. I mean, I guess in Arena, I guess it fits, but the exclusive cards just has to go. I mean, I like what they're doing, I like what they're trying, but at the end of the day, these paywalls, I'm tired of it, and I'm sure you're tired of it as a Magic the Gathering Arena player. There's nothing much else to say. Hope you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you next video.